Color is not simply something you see. It is something you feel before you understand it. Something that reaches the nervous system before the mind has time to label it. Vasily Kandinsky once said that color is a power that directly influences the soul. But what if, for Aquarius, color does something even deeper than influencing emotion? What if it shapes perception itself? Have you ever considered that the reason some years feel mentally electric, inspired, and alive, while other years feel scattered, draining, or strangely disconnected, might not be because your ideas weren't strong enough, but because your energy was never fully aligned? Aquarius is not a sign that lacks vision. You are ruled by Uranus, the planet of awakening, rebellion, sudden insight, and higher intelligence. You are born ahead of your time, tuned to frequencies most people cannot hear yet. And yet, even visionaries struggle, not because they don't see far enough, but because living in the future while inhabiting the present can be exhausting. In 2026, Aquarius is not being asked to fight harder, prove more, or break free from limitations. You were never meant to live inside a cage. Instead, this year asks something far more subtle and far more powerful: to refine your frequency. Because when your frequency is clear, the universe doesn't need to be chased. It responds. And color, silent, constant, surrounding you every single day, is one of the most underestimated tools for tuning that frequency. Think about this for a moment. Imagine stepping into a space where your thoughts slow down without losing clarity, where your intuition sharpens instead of overwhelming you, where your ideas feel grounded enough to become real, yet expansive enough to stay true to who you are. What if the colors you choose to wear, to live with, to work inside, could gently guide your mind back into coherence? Aquarius is an air sign, but not a passive one. You are electricity moving through air. You are thought becoming signal. And signals need the right environment to travel clearly. In Buddhist philosophy, awakening is not about escaping the world. It is about perceiving it without distortion, without attachment, without confusion. True stability does not mean stagnation. It means balance within movement. And that balance, for Aquarius in 2026, begins with color. Throughout ancient history, colors were never chosen randomly. They were used in temples, robes, manuscripts, and sacred spaces because people understood something modern society often forgets. Color is energy made visible. It carries memory. It carries intention. It carries vibration. When your external environment resonates with your inner state, your nervous system relaxes. Your decisions become clearer. Your presence becomes magnetic. And for Aquarius, whose mind often runs faster than the body can follow, this alignment is essential. This year is not about becoming more intense. It is about becoming more precise. The first color that calls to Aquarius in 2026 is not gentle. It is electric. Electric blue does not whisper. It hums. This is the color of lightning splitting the sky. The color of neural pathways firing in perfect synchronization. The color of technology, innovation, and sudden realization. Electric blue is not calm in the traditional sense, but it brings clarity. In Buddhist symbolism, deep blue represents wisdom that cuts through illusion. It is the color associated with healing through awareness, not by suppressing pain, but by understanding it fully. For Aquarius, electric blue resonates directly with the mind. It stabilizes mental energy without dulling creativity. It prevents burnout without dimming curiosity. Many people mistake Aquarius restlessness for distraction. In reality, your mind is simply tuned to too many frequencies at once. Electric blue acts like a filter. It organizes thought. It sharpens intuition. It allows insight to land instead of scattering. This is why futuristic technology, digital interfaces, and innovation hubs so often glow in shades of blue. The color signals intelligence before logic catches up. When Aquarius wears electric blue, something subtle but powerful happens. Your presence becomes coherent. Others may not understand you completely, but they trust your vision. In professional environments, electric blue communicates originality without chaos. In creative spaces, it supports sustained inspiration instead of erratic bursts. Even in small ways, an accessory, a screen background, a notebook, this color anchors the mind. Electric blue does not push Aquarius forward. It aligns you with the future you already sense. But vision alone is not enough. Because Aquarius does not live only in the mind. You live within humanity. And this is where the next color becomes essential. Between blue and green exists a frequency that bridges intellect and emotion. A place where ideas meet compassion, where independence meets connection. Turquoise and aqua green carry this frequency. These colors are associated with water and air moving together, flowing, adapting, communicating. Aquarius is often misunderstood as emotionally detached. But the truth is, you feel deeply. You simply process emotion through ideas, values, and collective awareness rather than personal drama. In 2026, your challenge is not emotional numbness. It is emotional overload. Turquoise helps regulate this. In Buddhist traditions, green-blue tones represent compassionate wisdom, the ability to understand suffering without being consumed by it. For Aquarius, turquoise softens the edges of communication. It allows your ideas to land in other people's hearts, not just their minds. Historically, turquoise was used as a protective stone by travelers and healers. It was believed to shield the wearer from negative energy while keeping the spirit open. And Aquarius is always traveling, not through geography, but through timelines, possibilities, and futures not yet realized. When you surround yourself with turquoise, conversations change. Misunderstandings dissolve faster. Your presence feels inviting instead of intimidating. This color is especially powerful for Aquarius who teach, create content, work in healing fields, or lead communities. In clothing, turquoise signals openness. In living spaces, it creates emotional safety. In personal objects, it reminds you that freedom does not require isolation. Aquarius thrives when ideas are shared, not hoarded. And turquoise teaches you that connection does not diminish individuality. It strengthens it. But there is still another layer. Because Aquarius does not just belong to the present moment. You belong to the future. And the future does not announce itself loudly. It reflects. Silver and iridescent white are not colors that demand attention. They respond to light. They change depending on perspective. Just like Aquarius, silver is associated with the moon, intuition, and the unseen currents guiding time forward. It represents awareness without attachment. In spiritual traditions, silver is linked to higher consciousness and inner guidance. It is the color of knowing without proof. For Aquarius, silver enhances intuition. It supports those sudden insights that arrive without explanation but prove correct later. Iridescent white, shimmering with hidden layers, mirrors Aquarius perfectly. What appears simple contains complexity. What seems distant holds depth. These colors create mental spaciousness. They prevent overstimulation while preserving originality. In your wardrobe, silver accents communicate futurism without excess. In your home, silver tones create clarity and openness. In moments of reflection, they support alignment with your higher mind. Silver does not pull Aquarius forward. It aligns you with what is already unfolding. And now pause, because not every color supports your evolution. Some colors, powerful for other signs, can quietly destabilize Aquarius in 2026. Heavy earth tones can feel restrictive, anchoring you too firmly when you need movement. Aggressive reds overstimulate the nervous system, creating tension instead of motivation. Muted, overly safe neutrals may dull your brilliance, making you feel invisible even to yourself. Bright chaos without intention scatters energy. It excites the mind but exhausts the soul. Aquarius does not struggle because of lack of vision. You struggle when your energy becomes fragmented. Color either organizes your frequency or disrupts it. This is not about limitation. It is about resonance. In Buddhist philosophy, everything vibrates. Thoughts vibrate. Emotions vibrate. Matter vibrates. Color is vibration made visible. When Aquarius chooses colors consciously, you are not decorating your life. You are tuning your environment. You are signaling to the universe what frequency you are ready to receive. And in 2026, success will not come from force. It will come from alignment. From being so internally coherent that opportunities recognize you without pursuit. Electric blue sharpens your mind. Turquoise softens your heart. Silver guides your intuition. Together, they create a frequency of clarity, freedom, and forward motion. And now, one final question remains. What if the future you've been searching for is already responding to your energy? What if changing your colors changes your path? Aquarius was never meant to blend in. You were meant to illuminate the way forward. And that illumination does not come from being louder. It comes from being clearer. Aquarius, 2026 is not a year where the universe rewards noise. It rewards signal. Think about how many times in your life you felt like you were ahead of everyone else. Seeing patterns, sensing shifts, understanding what was coming long before others noticed. And yet, at the same time, you may have felt strangely alone, misunderstood, or out of sync with the world around you. That paradox is not a flaw. It is the signature of Aquarius. You are designed to receive information from the future and translate it into the present. But translation requires clarity. And clarity requires alignment. This is why color matters so much more than it seems. Because every day, without realizing it, your nervous system is constantly responding to your surroundings. Walls, clothing, light, screens, objects. They are not neutral. They are speaking to you in a language older than words. In Buddhist philosophy, the mind is compared to a lake. When the water is still, it reflects the moon perfectly. When the water is disturbed, even the moon itself appears fragmented. Aquarius, your mind is powerful, but it is easily overstimulated. Too much input, too many ideas, too many futures trying to arrive at once. The colors you live with either calm the water or keep it in constant motion. In 2026, the universe is inviting you to still the surface just enough so you can finally see clearly. This is the deeper purpose behind choosing the right colors this year. Not to change who you are, but to remove the interference between you and your higher intelligence. Electric blue continues to play a role here, but now in a more refined way. Early in the year, this color helps activate your thinking, your curiosity, your inventive drive. It gives you momentum. But as the year progresses, something shifts. Aquarius begins to realize that speed alone is not power. Direction is. This is where turquoise and aqua tones become more important than ever. They slow the breath. They soften the internal dialogue. They remind you that you don't need to broadcast every thought to be impactful. With these colors around you, you may notice that your communication changes. You listen more deeply. You choose words more carefully. And paradoxically, people begin to listen to you more. This is not because you became less original. It is because your message became more coherent. Aquarius in 2026 is learning a subtle but life-changing truth. Being understood does not mean being diluted. Turquoise teaches you how to stay authentic while remaining accessible. It bridges the gap between your inner world and the collective. And then there is silver. Silver does not arrive with urgency. It arrives with timing. This color represents the moment when Aquarius stops asking, "Why doesn't anyone see what I see?" and begins asking, "How can I move in harmony with what is unfolding?" Silver supports patience without stagnation. It helps you trust the invisible process. Many Aquarians struggle with time. You feel either too early or too late. Silver gently recalibrates this relationship. It reminds you that not everything needs to happen now, and not everything needs to be forced. In moments of doubt, silver strengthens intuition. In moments of confusion, it restores neutrality. In moments of loneliness, it reconnects you to something larger than yourself. This is especially important in the second half of 2026, when Aquarius may feel a strange pull inward. Not isolation, but introspection. This is not a retreat. It is a recalibration. And the right colors make this process nourishing instead of unsettling. Now let's talk honestly about what happens when Aquarius ignores this alignment. When the wrong colors dominate your environment, subtle imbalances begin to appear. You may feel mentally scattered, even when nothing is technically wrong. Sleep may feel shallow. Motivation may spike and crash without warning. This is not burnout. It is energetic dissonance. Bright, aggressive colors may overstimulate your already active mind. Overly heavy tones may dull your sense of possibility. Overly safe palettes may leave you feeling invisible and unexpressed. Aquarius does not lose energy easily, but you lose coherence. And without coherence, even brilliance feels exhausting. This is why conscious color choice is not superficial. It is preventative care for the mind and spirit. When you walk into a space aligned with your frequency, your shoulders drop, your breath deepens, your thoughts organize themselves. You don't have to try harder. You simply function better. In Buddhist teachings, right environment is considered a support for right mind. Not a crutch, but a companion. And in 2026, color becomes one of Aquarius's most loyal companions. Imagine this. You wake up in a room where the light feels clean and intentional. Your clothing feels expressive but calm. Your workspace feels open, intelligent, alive. You step into the world not overstimulated, not withdrawn, but attuned. Decisions feel easier. Ideas land more cleanly. Conversations feel meaningful instead of draining. This is not fantasy. This is alignment. Aquarius was never meant to be chaotic. You were meant to be catalytic. And catalysts require precision. As the year unfolds, you may notice something else shifting. Opportunities begin to appear without force. People who resonate with your ideas find you naturally. Resistance decreases, not because the world changed, but because your signal became clearer. This is the quiet power of resonance. Electric blue reminds you of your brilliance. Turquoise reminds you of your humanity. Silver reminds you of your higher timing. Together, they create a frequency that allows Aquarius to lead without domination, to innovate without alienation, to awaken without burning out. Now, take a moment. Think about your life right now, your space, your wardrobe, your daily visual landscape. Ask yourself honestly, do these colors support who I am becoming? Or are they remnants of who I used to be? Because Aquarius, 2026 is not about reinvention. It is about refinement. You are not here to abandon your nature. You are here to embody it more fully. The universe does not ask you to be different. It asks you to be aligned. And alignment begins with awareness. If this message resonates, it's not an accident. You are already listening to the frequency of change. Let this year be the one where you stop fighting your sensitivity and start using it as intelligence. Let color become your ally, your anchor, your silent guide. And as you move forward, remember this. The future is not something you chase. It is something you tune into. Aquarius has always known this. Now, in 2026, you finally live it. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for allowing this message to unfold with you. If you felt seen, leave a simple 1 in the comments. If you want us to explore another sign, leave it 2. And if you have already begun noticing how colors affect your life, share your experience. It may guide someone else on their path. Until next time, stay aware, stay aligned, and let your light travel clearly into the world.